Millions of pages released to the public, but some pages are missing. Journalists ran the serial numbers, and they found something the government didn't want found. More than 50 pages of FBI interviews vanished from the public record, the allegations inside. Those pages, they point directly at the sitting president of the United States. NPR dropped a bombshell report, and it has Washington in a full panic. This is the Epstein files story that nobody in power wants you to understand. Let's go through it, one document at a time. For months, the government has been releasing millions of pages from Jeffrey Epstein's case files. Members of Congress reviewed unredacted versions. Some came out saying, the public isn't seeing everything. The FBI's internal summary stated clearly, no evidence of other abusers, no secret videos, nothing. But millions of people refused to accept that. They believed the DOJ was hiding something. And now, they may have been right. Pam Bondi did confirm some records were withheld, but only under legal privilege, not to protect any individual. She guaranteed in writing, nothing was withheld to protect a public figure's reputation. That guarantee matters a lot. So if that's all true, why are more than 50 pages gone? NPR didn't just report a rumor. They went through the serial numbers on every document in the Epstein files database. Serial numbers are supposed to be sequential, but there were gaps. Dozens of pages cataloged, but not released. The missing pages reportedly contain FBI interviews about one specific allegation: a child in New Jersey. In the 1980s, this allegation was taken seriously enough to be included in an internal FBI PowerPoint presentation. In that slideshow, under a section labeled Prominent Names, Donald Trump's name appeared. Out of 15 documents logged related to this accuser, only 7 are in the public database. 8 are gone. The one interview that is available shows an accuser terrified to name someone. Her attorney whispered just one word to agents: President. She asked to crop a photograph cutting out one specific face before she'd let investigators see it. That face was identified as Donald Trump. The FBI uses a form called a 302 to document every witness interview. Handwritten notes, dated, filed, according to NPR and independent reporter Roger Sollenberger. This accuser was interviewed for separate times in 2019, only one of those 4 interviews appears in the public Epstein files database. The other 3 nowhere to be found. Both NPR and MSNBC independently confirmed just one interview memo exists. No handwritten notes, nothing else. The proof: a non-testifying witness list from Ghislaine Maxwell's federal trial. 4 interviews listed, 1 publicly available. In the one available interview, the accuser describes Epstein's abuse, but stops short of naming Trump directly. Stops right at the edge. A separate internal FBI mail listed Trump under positive case hits, flagged in yellow with a note: one victim claimed abuse, but refused to cooperate. And then NPR found a second person. This accuser's interview describes Epstein taking her to Mar-a-Lago as a child to meet Donald Trump. According to FBI records, Epstein introduced her to Trump saying, "This is a good one." Huh? Trump reportedly replied yes. This same accuser filed a civil lawsuit against Epstein's estate. In it, she described feeling deeply uncomfortable during that meeting. NPR then discovered something alarming. Her interview was removed from the DOJ's public database and then re-uploaded 20 days later. A second document mentioning Trump connected to this accuser, also taken offline, also eventually re-uploaded. The DOJ's explanation: files are temporarily removed to add redactions protecting victim identities. The political arena was already a tinderbox, but no one could have predicted the explosion that was coming. Suddenly, everything erupted. Secret alliances shattered, and long-buried scandals were unearthed. Shaking the very foundations of power, public trust plummeted as damning evidence surfaced, implicating figures at the highest levels. The fallout was swift and brutal, a cascade of resignations and accusations that left the nation reeling. It wasn't just a political crisis, it was a full-blown meltdown. But even as the dust begins to settle, the most critical questions remain unanswered. Who was the true mastermind behind this elaborate scheme? What was their ultimate goal? And have they achieved it? We've followed the trail of breadcrumbs, but each answer seems to lead to a dozen more questions. Was this a foreign intervention, a domestic power grab, or something far more complex? The official narrative simply doesn't add up. Key pieces of the puzzle are still missing, and the truth remains buried under layers of deception. What we've uncovered is just the beginning. The deeper we dig, the more we realize this story is far from over. There are powerful forces still operating in the shadows, and we are committed to exposing them. If you want to know what happens next, you need to stay with us. Follow our investigation as we continue to connect the dots and uncover the real story. Join for updates and future findings. The truth is out there, and together, we will find it. Thanks for watching.